Hi everybody, Jake here for FMSCOUT. Now what if I told you guys I think I may have found the best value Wonderkid Striker in FM21. No, it's not a Razo, but this is a player that I think you've all got in your saves. I imagine you've all got this league loaded. I very much doubt that you won't. You can get him for dirt cheap. He's got bags of potential and he starts with some great attributes that make him an awesome goal scorer pretty much no matter what. So we're going to go and take a look at him, but before we do, I'd like to ask you guys to like the video if you could. It would really help us guys out, and as you can imagine at this stage in FM21, views aren't what they used to be, so every like helps in pushing these videos out to more people in the YouTube algorithm. So it really would mean a lot to myself if you could do that. Don't forget to comment down below your rating of this player. We've been doing it on the Wonderkid Superstar episodes recently. Rank him between 1 to 10, how good you think he is, take into account value and the player that we're looking at. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell. So that being said, let's run the intro and get looking at this amazing value striker. So let me set the scene for you guys. I'm playing my save on my channel with Lil. Now, if you want to check that out, the link to that is in the description, just a sort of little plug there. And we saw this guy scoring bags of goals for Leon. Now, I thought he must be a regen or something like that. No, he's actually a Youth Academy product that starts off at the age of 16 for Leon. So in Ligue 1, go to Leon, check their under 19 team, I think it is. But we've already moved him up to the starting team, and it is Lethal Goalscorer. He's a 16-year-old French striker who has some really good finishing attributes. Now, don't look at him as the finished article yet. He definitely has his flaws, which we'll look at in a second. But just quickly, I'm going to show you his potential range in the left-hand corner of the screen. So if you don't want to see it, I know some of you don't like it being spoiled, then feel free to look away. As you can see, if he's on the higher end of that in your guys' saves, you're going to get a very good player considering you can sign him for free. And I can tell you, we're doing 5 years worth of simulating in this video. We'll take 2 stops, and right at the end, you'll see just how well he's done. And he does incredible, guys. Crazy amount of goals scored, and you can already see why. At the age of 16, he's got everything he needs really, other than maybe a bit of pace, to be a top level striker. Now, before we go and have a look at his attributes, I will just say that I've loaded up a few saves and they seem to be a bit variable, particularly the mental and physicals. I've had him fairly quick in some saves, but in this one, clearly he isn't that quick. He's only got 7 acceleration in this save, but in other saves I've seen him with much higher than that. However, I've seen him 3 times, and this could just be me, but for all 3 times he's always had a really good finishing, first touch and passing attribute, which kind of makes sense because I can't imagine they're just going to randomly give this guy 17s, 16s and 17s straight off the bat in them attribute areas, unless the Football Manager scouts clearly know something about him, which it looks like they do, that this guy is an awesome finisher. Do let me know in your saves if it's a little bit different, but I imagine even if it was, it would only be a couple attributes lower. But of course, you guys are here to see this player and how he develops, so just quickly we'll take a quick dive into him. Technically, good dribbler, good finisher, really good finisher to be honest for his age. Great first touch, got a decent bit of heading, long shots, really good passing and technique. Now, the fact that he's so good at passing and distributing the play, the game is suggesting that we use him as a deep lying forward on the support duty. We'll be using him as an advanced forward on the attack, so you can kind of see highlighted these are the areas that he needs to improve in. Mentally, in this save at least, he's got okay determination and an okay personality, but that is variable to change. However, I think with the right training, the right mentoring, you can really get this player up to the level that you want him to be. He's got really good teamwork, work rate and vision for his age. Decision making is good, but he needs a bit of work in some other areas, and physically is of course where he's let down, although he does have some nice balance at 17. That's probably not too important though in his overall game, but it does seem that he is on the slower side at least within this save. Now, just so you guys do know, the training that we're using on him is just double intensity. We're going to holiday 5 years. He's on the final third additional focus right now to work on his decisions and composure, but we do change that over time to his quickness. And he is also being mentored by some of the better players in the squad. Now, don't really take too much into account in terms of star rating. This fluctuates based on players in your team and that kind of thing, so it will change in this save a few years in the future, and that's going to be a very different rating. But that is the player that you get in. You can pick him up for free, approach to sign. You pay a little bit of compensation down the line, and I think it's a very good deal. Let me know if you've had any success with him in your save, and let's go check out 2 years in the future how he's got on at the age of 18 before we take one long jump until he's 21, 5 seasons played for Leon. Okay guys, here we go. The tactic that we've used when we've simulated has clearly worked well for Leon, and it's clearly done a good job for the man we're looking at today, Lethal Goalscorer. 18 years of age now, 3-star rated for this Leon club. Remember, you can approach to sign him, and he is already valued at £20 million, and arguably he should be valued at way higher than that. Technically, his finishing has gone up, his first touch has gone up, His technique has increased, as has his heading. He's got a new player trait of moving into channels. His physicals have developed really nicely, and his mentals have gone up quite a lot too through mentoring, and of course that focus on decision making and composure has really benefited him. He's apparently wanted by Marseille and Lille on loan. Speaking of Lille, seeing as it's on the screen, I'll just do the plug that I do every video where I say if you want to come check out my Lille save that we've got going on my channel, a lot of you guys have came over and are really enjoying it. I get comments saying that pretty much every day, every week at this point. So do come and check that out if you want to. We're aiming for 2,300 subs, hopefully sometime in June. So if we can go for that, that'll be awesome. So feel free to take a look and subscribe over there. But of course, you're here to see how this guy has developed and how he's done in his first 2 years at the club. Well, first year, did pretty well. Remember, he's 16 years of age here. You wouldn't really be expecting him to play at this stage. You might loan him out or use him in your under-18 team, under-21 team. Done really well, I would say. 38 games played in his first season with 13 goals and 3 assists. Then the next season, at only the age of 17, so between 17 and 18 in this season, he's played 38 times, scored 22 goals and assisted 7 times, making him one of the league's top goal scorers. Average rating of 7. I'm not going to waste your guys' time too much. I know you guys don't want me to sit here and go through everything, but you guys can clearly see he's developing really well. I will let you know as well, he is currently, in terms of current ability rating, at near enough the bottom range of his potential. So should your save give you a version of this player that has really low potential in terms of his potential range, so it's on the low end, you're still going to get a player that looks pretty much this good at full growth, and I don't think there'd be any problem in that considering you're picking him up for free, and he's clearly a very good goal scorer. So now we're going to simulate another 3 years until he's 21 to check how he's got on in his career, and I can tell you guys, he does absolutely awesome. So there you go guys, we've time travelled, we're in 2025, we've played 5 seasons with this man as our starting striker, and he has done incredible. Bear in mind, you can pick him up on an approach to sign. I'll keep mentioning it because it is such good value for money in my opinion, and he is now valued at £60 million. Should a team come in for him, you can imagine Lyon here are going to get 80 to £100 million for him. And like his attributes, if you don't know, on my saves, a blue attribute is 16 plus. I know some people don't like looking at it, but for me, it just makes it clear when you've got a really, really elite player, and this guy is clearly one of them. 21 years of age, he is now at his maximum range in his potential, so this is him at max potential, and I don't really know what there is to say about this guy. He's a star player for the Lyon team. Physically, where he lacked before, 4 of his attributes are now 16 plus, and the others are all 14s, 13s, 13s. So yes, he's probably not the quickest in the world, but with 16 pace and 13 acceleration, it's not something you're going to complain about in any way, shape or form. He's strong too. Yes, he can't jump very well, but by the looks of it, this guy could get hit by a train and stay standing because, yeah, how has he got that much balance? I didn't know that was a thing. Mentally, of course, he's grown as he's got older, but the focus that we put in his training has really helped him. Now he has 18 composure, 16 decision making, 16 determination, 16 anticipation, teamwork vision, all at an amazingly high level. You can make an argument that this guy could play midfield with the amount of passing attributes that he has got. However, yeah, just a born and bred striker with these finishing and first touch attributes. Add on to that some great dribbling, some great heading, some great passing. Where does this guy fall? There is no way that this guy has any faults, in my opinion. Maybe you can complain that he can't take set pieces, but who really cares? Something I didn't notice until right now as well, he's apparently had 5 caps for the French national team already at the age of 21. That is one of the best national teams in the world, and he is fitted in up front in that team and scored 3. So if you do think this is just me putting him in an amazing tactic that's got him loads of goals, it's really not. I mean, the fact that he scored 3 in 5 for France and 17 in 15 for the under-21 team goes to show, put him in any tactic. They're of course not playing the tactics that I set. He's scoring goals no matter what really, and with these attributes of course he's going to. He has consistently, since the age of 17, hit 20 goals plus a season. He's got better every single year, getting near enough 10 assists every season too, most of the time more than 10 with 13 in that season and 14 in his 18 years of age season. Over a 7.2 in his average match rating, 25 goals scored in his last 2 seasons makes him one of the world's best strikers. He's an elite striker at the age of 21. If I kept going until the age of 25, 26, he'd definitely be a world-class striker and perhaps by the end of his career a legendary striker, considering the rate that he's going at. Now, just to let you guys know, if you check at the bottom here, you can see how many goals he's scored in the whole season, so that includes outside of the league. That's 54 games played with 38 goals scored. The season before, 42 goals. The season before that, 40 goals near enough, 30 in the season there. And what more can you say? Absolute superstar this guy is. Let's just quickly check his milestones before the end of today's video. We can see awards-wise, he's named in France's best 11 and inducted into France's overall best 11, which is great for him, considering he's only 21 years of age. competition wise. He's won the Olympics, he has won the Euros, and apparently scored the winning goal in the final of the Euros. What a superstar this guy's been. I don't know why this isn't showing all the things that Leon have won. However, as you can tell, they've won a lot of trophies, so I don't know why that isn't showing there. Now, this is where I want you guys to come in. I want you to drop a comment down below of what you would give this guy out of 10. I always thought Arazo was the best striker Wonderkid in the game for the value that you can get him for and the starting attributes he has, but I didn't know about this guy, and it's really changing my mind. He's popped up in my little save, like I say. I haven't trained him there. He's just developed into a world-class player on his own for Leon. And yeah, I'm going to have to give him a 9 out of 10. The only reason he's not a 10 out of 10 is because Yosufa Makoko exists, because if he didn't, this would have to be the best it gets. I suppose I also do have to take into account the fact that his physicals and mentals can vary a lot in saves, at least from my experience when I've tried loading it up. But he always has these incredible technicals. For that reason, he's a 9 out of 10 for me. So that is the highest rating I've given someone in the video since we started doing ratings. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you did enjoy today's video. Tried to keep it as short as possible, really. So hit the like button if you did enjoy it. It would really mean a lot to me. And of course, it does help the videos in terms of performance. Don't forget to drop a subscribe onto the channel and remove the notification bell. And if you really want to, feel free to come check out my channel. Linked in the description. That would really mean a lot to me as we aim for 2,300 subscribers. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you're all staying safe. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.